What's up guys, and welcome back to On the Brick with another LEGO review. Today I have for you the much desired set, BESPIN DUEL. This is set number 75294 and contains only 295 pieces. And as you can see, it does come in this beautiful black box for their relatively new 18 plus range. This scene is of course depicting the famous revelation scene from Empire Strikes Back, in which we learn Darth Vader's true identity, which easily has to be one of the most misquoted lines in cinematic history. Because this is a display set, the back of the box is equally as plain, so to speak. It does show the movie scene in question, along with the schematics and diameter of this build, and well, just the build again. It is a pretty simple box for a pretty simple build. Speaking of builds, I do actually have a build video for this set, however it is currently exclusive to patrons. If you want to see that and other cool behind the scenes stuff, please do consider heading over there and checking me out. But for now, let's take a closer look at this set. This set does come with two figures, the first of which is Darth Vader, of course, and this is the newer Darth Vader with the two-piece helmet. I really like the design and the details on him. I think LEGO did a really good job designing this guy. As to be expected, there is no side printing and the back printing is very minimal, but that doesn't take away from just how nice he looks. Like I said, this is the two-piece helmet, which can come right off, and Vader does not come with a double-sided head, but he does have some scarring detail on the back here. To no surprise, the second minifigure is of course Luke in his Bespin attire. There's not too much to his torso, but you can easily make out the belt and all the different pouches and pockets. However, the first thing that stood out to me is that his hair is the same color as his clothes, which is definitely not the case. It's not a deal breaker by any means, but his hair and clothes are definitely two different colors. His back printing is extremely minimal, with nothing more than a few creases and the belt. However, he does have a second face, and this one is not damaged and much more stern, as opposed to this face, which is clearly from the end of the fight. There is one more small correction to this figure that I would like to make though. First, we take his lightsaber and throw it away, saying that it is a story for another time, but we never actually answer that question in a meaningful way for another 5 years, and then we remove his hand. And that is how this Luke Skywalker should have come in this set. And here is the finished build. It is actually a pretty basic, pretty quick build, but it does have some interesting techniques, and the final product is really nice. As you can see, there's nothing too special about this, no real play features or anything, but they did pay attention to details, including here, where I just realized that this is a little too high. One quick fix later, and the reason for that is because unfortunately this area is pretty easy to knock over if you do choose to play with this, but fortunately it does lock back into place just as easily. And again, you can see that this is clearly from the end of the fight because it's been cut from Darth Vader's lightsaber. This whole end piece here really is held in the air, and I love the way that they did it. If I turn this set around and adjust the lights a little bit, you can see that it's done so by nothing more than two hinge pieces, and it is incredibly sturdy. I can move the entire set around from this area and it won't fall off at all. The cone on the underside here probably will, but again, it's not a hard thing to fix. So this floats in the air with no supports underneath it, and it looks really good. One problem I definitely ran into mainly while building this set is that, well, the entire thing would fall off the clear stand. It is an incredibly easy thing to do and happened at least 3 times during the build and a few times since then. One area that I personally did not quite like but am not against are these railings. The instructions tell you to flex the pieces before putting it in, so I'm just doing that a little extra on this side so that you can see the difference between what happens when you do on the bottom and when you don't on the top. And again, it's not like it's something that was a hard thing to do, and saying that it was an extra step or something would be way too overdramatic. Because I do like how it looks when done properly, but I just don't know how I feel about it overall, so please let me know your thoughts on these, and while you're at it, let me know your thoughts on the set as a whole. There is, of course, a single 2x2 jumper tile here so that you can fit Darth Vader or Luke, whoever you want on there. I chose supposed to fit Darth Vader, and then took the handless Luke, adjusted his head, and put him where he is during the actual scene, because again, that is what this set is. One thing you may have noticed is that while putting Luke on the set, the back came off the stand again, and I had to put it back down. Now there is one area that if I had to complain about, this would be it. And that is that you can very clearly see the Technic axle here. It's kind of a small complaint because the red and gray does match the rest of the color scheme in this area. And again, it does show up more in person than it does on camera. So I just notice it more than I would like to, even though it's not really that big of a deal. So overall, I do really enjoy this set, and I am very glad that I was able to pick one up. So if I'm not mistaken, this set was originally supposed to be an exclusive to Comic-Con. This was not meant to release to the general public, but I'm very glad that they did, because as a display set, this thing is really nice. So as I've said a few times on this channel, I am 26 years old, and I don't play with my Lego as much as I used to, which is why I tend to collect UCS and custom sets instead, and getting a display set like this is exactly something that I like. I have some things that I have to question, like why does Luke have two faces if this is clearly the end of the fight and is meant to be a display set for an 18+ audience? Honestly, who cares? Like, that's not even a problem at all. I do hope that we can see more display sets like this coming out for the general public and not being exclusive. So if you can get your hands on one, I would highly recommend doing so. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you haven't already, please do remember to like this video and subscribe if you like what you saw. The 500 subscriber giveaway is coming, though at this point it might as well be the 550 or even maybe 600 subscriber giveaway. Thank you to all of my patrons who help make videos like this possible. If you join at the $3 or higher level, then you can see your name on screen like all these people. And thank you to everyone who has helped out and donated with the Rebuild Together campaign. I sincerely appreciate that. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.